Alright, so in this lesson we're going to start by creating our MYOB data file, and to do that you open up MYOB. I've got version MYOB 19 here, and you select Create a New Company File. You will be welcome to the MYOB New Company File Assistant. Go to the next screen. The first field is for your 12-digit product serial number. Once you've registered with MYOB, you will have a 12-digit serial number, so this is where you put it in. You will have an opportunity later to put it in as you're using your file as well. In this exercise we're going to start setting up a file for Computron Proprietary Limited, and we can start putting in the data here. First of all, we put in the company name, Computron Proprietary Limited. And then we put in their ABN, which is a made-up one, 7755555555. Then you put in their address, which is 140B Heavenly Road in Hamilton Hill. And that's in Western Australia. And the postcode is 6163. We'll miss out the phone, fax and email address for now, and we'll hit next. This screen is very important. Once you have set up the financial year in the MYOB data file, it cannot be changed, so you need to be very careful when you're working in this area. What we want to select here is the current financial year of 2011, that it's going to end in June, that the conversion month is July, and we're going to pick 12 accounting periods. There is an explanation later on in this lesson about picking 13, which is another possible choice, but I'm going to choose 12 here and hit next. MYOB wants to make sure that you have selected the correct data here because it cannot be changed. If you do get this wrong, you'll have to set up the data file from scratch again. Next we get to the Build Your Accounts list screen. MYOB has a huge range of chart of accounts that you can select on at this step in the process. So we're going to click I would like to start with one of the lists provided by AccountRight Plus and hit next. We're going to choose the accounts list that is for Computer Service Bureau. This chart of accounts will need some more customising, but this is the ideal one for Computron Proprietary Limited. Hit next. MYOB will tell you where it's going to save the data file, so make a note of that. Note that also it's a .myo file, which is the type of file that MYOB creates. Hit next and you will save your file to that location. MYOB now congratulates you because you have actually set up the data file. You can step through the Setup Assistant at this point. I will be going through the Setup Assistant for each of the sections of MYOB in the course. So what I want to do now is for you to click on Command Centre, and we can start having a look at the command centres in MYOB so you can get a quick overview of the file. First of all, there's the Accounts Command Centre. In this area you can put in journals, you can set up your chart of accounts, and you can do your BAS return. In the Banking Command Centre you can set up your opening cheque account balance. You can also write cheques and receive money, but you need to remember that if you have put a sale in the sales section or a purchase in the purchases section, that the payments received in sales and the payments made through purchases need to be put in through there. Cheque account is for other payments that are not related to sales or purchases. Then there is the Sales Command Centre. This is where you enter in your customer sales and enter their payments, and you can do other things such as send out statements and print invoices. Time billing is a section that I won't be going through in detail in this course, but I will refer to it. It does relate to the payroll section. The purchases area is where you set up your suppliers, enter purchases from them and payments made to them. Payroll is where you set up your staff, set up the payroll categories that they're paid from, and you can pay their liabilities such as superannuation through this area. Inventory is where you set up your inventory items, which you can purchase through the purchases section or sell through the sales section. And finally, there's the card file command center. This has cards listed for your suppliers, your customers, and your employees. The next exercises in this lesson go through a bit of theory about MYOB, so you'll have a better understanding of it as you set up your MYOB data file in the subsequent lessons.